Hello guys, Nightspectre here, bringing you another League of Legends cast as Sona was weirdly bugging all over the place. So, we're 2 minutes into the game, for that I am sorry. Let's go over the teams quickly though, shall we? So, as you can see, Nami and Graves are on the bottom for blue team. We have a Riven on top, doing some damage onto Jax and vice versa. We have a jungle Mundo who is going to steal red, ? And we have an AP Nidalee in the middle. I'm actually going to check out his Nunu, by the way, because this is going to happen rather soon. So we have Malphite doing some damage, Mundo not really caring, he is waiting for Malphite to receive a little bit more damage. Malphite quite tanky, Mundo needs to go in now, because, oh, Malphite actually spotting the Mundo. Mundo going to go in with this, it's a masochism. And is going to do a lot of damage. Malphite, of course, flashing away. Cleaver will hit again, but it's not enough. Cassiopeia should be arriving. Yes, indeed. So Cassiopeia is there. Mundo is now going to try and steal the red. Be careful, Mundo. This might go bad. Though if they... Nah, they're going in. Mundo needs to run away immediately. Will land... Oh no, Noxious Blast hits for Cassiopeia. She must hit the Twin Fang as well and ignite. Yep. First blood, Cassiopeia. So, hello. Red team here. They have a middle Cassiopeia with double buff, so that might be a bad thing for Nidalee. We shall see. So, red team mid, Cassiopeia. Bottom, Ezreal, dodging the Aqua Prism and then hitting a very good Mystic Shot. Gets hit by the Buckshot though. So Ezreal and the Sona on the bottom lane for red team. Then we have Jax on top. We already saw him doing some damage onto the Riven and actually still pushing on quite hard. Quite good indeed. Ezreal, nope, it's going to be... Well, let's see how that happened, because that must have happened pretty darn quick. Because I was just at the bottom lane. So here we have Sona just backing off. There's a ward from her own, so she should be fine. Oh my god! That was a very quick finger move there. Just imagine it. You both dash in that bush without any vision, do a buckshot knowing that Sona is there, knowing it will hit, and then immediately pressing your ignite button. Very quick moves there, Graves. You were faster than me. I appreciate that in a man. So, 1-1 for both teams. It is quite equal, of course. Though it is kind of weird, because red team got the first blood, and still the gold is in favor of blue team, which means only one thing, they are out farming quite heftigly. Now it's going to be some damage onto the Jack... Nope. Ah, it's the Cassiopeia getting hit by spears. It's going to be Ezreal running away, getting chased by a Nami. Nami doing a lot of damage onto the Ezreal, but Ezreal doing a lot of damage on Nami as well. Instead, we're going top, where Jax is apparently going for a kill. Of course, this is dynamic camera, but dynamic camera probably knows best. It's going to be an ignite on Jax and the broken wings. I think Riven got the kill. So dynamic camera actually was right. Nami did survive. Which can mean only one thing, the dynamic camera knows more than we do. Of course, there is a 3-minute delay in games, because reasons. Else you would be able to ghost a little bit. A lot of damage there by Graves, doing pretty much decent damage on both Ezreal and Sona, to be honest, so he's doing quite a good job. Sona, of course, trying to return some damage, but Graves, with his true grit, can do a lot of tankiness. Whenever he shots an auto attack, he gains a basic armor and a magic resistance. So every time he shoots, he can do that up to 10 times, I think. So that's a lot of armor and magic resistance for an AD carry. So keep that in mind. Cassiopeia still has red buff and blue buff, so she still is doing a lot of hefty damage onto the Nidalee. Instead, it's going to be Graves running away, gets healed by Nami. Nami's showing that supporting is really that important. It's going to be Cassiopeia chased down by a Mundo right now. She needs to flash over the wall. Will she succeed though? Yes, she will. It is kind of... It's kind of hard to flash at that direction. You need to position yourself perfectly at this part of the wall, and then you need to put your mouse cursor as far as possible, because if you don't do that, you might just flash against the wall. Though actually these walls aren't the hardest. Let's say this one is. From here to here. That must be hard, but then again, don't flash from there to there. Two support players on the bottom lane, trying to farm as much as they can. They are enjoying the fact that both of their carries are gone. And why not? More gold means quicker gold per 5 and more wards for your team. Then again, it also means less money for your AD carry, so you don't want to farm too much. Will the counter-strike land? Yes indeed, but Riven is level 6, Jax is not, so he needs to be careful. Of course, Malphite is approaching from the bottom, so I am going to check that one out. Thank you very much, Dynamic Camera. Though of course Dynamic Camera knows best. Then there's a level 4 Malphite, so it won't be that bad. Key burst actually missing there. Riven, too bad indeed. Graves just shooting the bullets onto the Sona. Now there is a ward for blue team there in the bottom brush, so he knows where she is. She can shoot them down all the times. Cassiopeia does not have a blue buff anymore, I wanted to say, so she won't be able to put that many lane pressure as she did before. It's actually much, not many. And that means Nidalee, who is level 6, can actually do the exact opposite. She can do way more. Actually, if she was human form, she could have gotten the Cassiopeia, though it might have been a bait. Now bottom lane going to get a lot of damage onto Ezreal, but he's able to escape, and so is Sona. Graves does not want to dive, even though Mundo was actually quite near. They won't get the kill there. Ezreal being a little bit cheeky. Of course, Nami is still level 5, and so is Graves, so they don't have any ultimates to go in. But if an Aqua Prism lands, then it might be fairly dangerous for Ezreal's son. Though Ezreal's son knows his limits, and he still has an Arcane Shift ready to go. Which he uses right now. It's a great play indeed. Cassiopeia fairly low. I'm actually surprised Nidalee. Well, it's because she has Petrifying Gaze ready as well, Cassiopeia. But not anymore now. She is getting fairly low on mana. There's no way she has enough mana for her ultimate now. Nope, she doesn't. So Nidalee could have gone kitty form instead. Needs to go to the blue. Given to you by Mundo. So Nidalee has blue now. She will be a very strong force indeed. Riven doing a lot of damage. She is a level ahead. Broken Wings hitting there as well. She's doing a lot of damage on Jax, and look at this minion wave. She can go in onto Jax, so whenever you see her popping her ultimate, you'll know Jax is about to die. Or if Jax predicts it perfectly, he will not die, though she could have done it a little bit sooner. Now she's going in, will land the key burst, stunning the Jax. Jax trying to counter strike, but she bounced him straight away from him. She does not want your counter strike stuns. If that stun landed, Jax would have had an equal trait, which isn't that equal because of course Riven is higher level, which means he gets bonus experience for that. So he could have used that bonus experience instead. Riven of course able to get away with only a slither of health left, but a slither is all you need, as someone with a swollen tongue would say. So Graves and Ezreal still just trading it off. How are their last hits doing? Well, Graves has 58, sorry I saw an 8 in there, so I immediately thought 80! But it wasn't the case, and Ezreal actually 55, so they are doing quite evenly. Malphite going to find himself another Mundo. Mundo really wants the red buff. Malphite actually too scared to continue. He could have just smited and get back. Tidal Wave now getting used onto the Sona. There is a Nidalee as well. Sona gets caught. Nidalee, knowing that she is not required to get the kill onto Sona, will try to go in on Ezreal, but you don't get the assist like that, Nidalee. Of course, her presence alone made it possible for that thing to happen. Now it's going to be Jax getting dived on by Mundo. Mundo tanking the turret, so Riven has all the time of her life to try and go in. Jax actually juking it out quite well and is able to flash away. Riven with one... I thought the turret was going to hit her, but apparently not. But doesn't matter. Cassiopeia is in the rear. She gets slowed by the cleaver, but she is able to hit the Noxious Blast. Riven got away. And actually, there might be... Yes, indeed. Unstoppable Force gets the kill. Now it's Mundo trying to run away, but guess what? Leap Strike will clear the job. Might have been Counter Strike though, or was it Empowering Strike? We will never know. What we do know is that Nidalee is in the rear with the gear. She's going to hit an amazing spear, doing the... And actually... flashing through the ultimate there? Yes indeed, she dodged the ultimate perfectly. It might have killed her, to be honest, so great play by Nidalee, flashing through that petrifying gaze. She didn't want to get petrified. Now she's going in onto Jax, apparently checking out if there's anyone there. No, there isn't, so we're back to Nidalee Vision 101. Great play by Nidalee. I really love the leopard Nidalee skin now that we're at it. Let's go back to Nidalee, shall we? So, normally Leopard Nidalee was just a normal Nidalee skin where the... Hey! Dynamic Camera! Was just a normal Nidalee skin where they just changed the colors around, as they did with the old skins. It was to test out. It was beta skins anyway. And now look at what they did with it. I find it one of the best skins of Nidalee now. She's a ginger too. She's a ginger, and that's a kill. Killed by a ginger. So... not too sure what Sona was doing there, to be honest. She was all by herself and then she got caught by Graves and Nami. So, don't do that, Sona. If you're alone and you're a support and there's an AD carry and a support near, you don't want to get caught like that. Now it's Nidalee trying to do some damage onto Cassiopeia, but guess what? Cassiopeia has none of that, igniting the Nidalee, but Nidalee should be able to heal herself, because now we're going straight to Mundo vision, where Mundo and Malphite are going to have the chase down of a lifetime. She doesn't have vision yet, but there he goes, another seismic shot. There's nothing Mundo can do. He will try to use his ultimate, but guess what? Ezreal happened. And now we have a red buff Ezreal, who, well, will do a lot of damage with a red buff. Every time he hits his mystic shot, you will get slowed. You do not want that, because then you're even easier to get hit by the next mystic shot. Nidalee's still living, which is quite awesome, I might say. It's going to be Riven going in onto the Cassiopeia, though. You still have the Malphite trying to go in. He gets key bursted by the Riven. Riven wants to use her ultimate. Will it land? I don't know. Guess what? There's a Graves, and Broken Wings will land. She already did her ultimate, I know. Is Ezreal going to tank the dragon there for a little bit? Nice job there, Graves. And a spear by Nidalee, missing barely. Missing barely. And now we have Sona once again, all by herself. Ezreal now all by himself. But it's alright, it's okay. He will just get out of there. He has a red buff. You do not want to mess with an Ezreal with a red buff. Though an Aqua Prismed Ezreal, I don't know. Oh, actually, Jax, is he going to destroy this tower? Yes, indeed. So, even though Riven did got the double kill, well, made it so that there was a possibility for a double kill for her team, it resulted in her tower getting destroyed. But fret not, Riven fans, for look at here. This turret has already been damaged by half, so it is only a matter of time before she decides to destroy the top tower themselves. But for now, red team in the lead with one tower destroyed. Of course, money-wise, it's blue team in the lead with double the champion kills. Though it's not that much, considering it's 30 minutes into the game. Oh, Mystic Shot barely hitting the Mundo there. If it would have hit now the auto attack and the seismic charge hit, it will be very hard to escape, but a nice infected cleaver will make it so that Mundo gets away. Of course, he gets a movement speed bonus by sadism, so he will be fine. Didn't even have to use the Burning Agony, which he should have actually. Burning Agony gives him a little bit of a, well, tenacity, as people call it in League of Legends. Of course, it's not called tenacity in his skill set. It's probably something like crowd control reduction or anything like that. Nidalee hitting a double spear there on the Cassiopeia, and then an ignite, and that's all you need. Malphite trying to prevent it from happening, but it didn't matter. So great play there, Nidalee. Great play there indeed. Hitting spears, it is important indeed, and it's all you need. So blue team pulling ahead in this fight quite well indeed. Of course, Nidalee is such a hard feat to deal with. If she is going in poke mode, there is not much you can do. Actually, Nidalee, your takedown does a lot of damage there. One auto attack will be fine, but nope. She wanted to stay in kitty form, and I don't believe that a human form auto attack would have been enough to begin with. Anyway, not that a kitty form auto attack does more damage. It should. Like Elysian spider form, it also does bonus magic damage on auto attacks. Then again, she's a spider. You can blame that on poison. I mean, a javelin hurts. And that will be a blue buff given to Nidalee. It was necessary. She was losing quite the amounts of mana there. You do not want your Nidalee to get out of mana, because that means if you are going for siege mode and poke all day long trying to push down turrets, she can't heal you and she can't throw spears. And you do not want your Nidalee to be unable to throw spears, because it is awesome and it does a lot of damage. Alan Rickman getting up here. Mr. Nidalee, our new celebrity. I'm a kitty cat! Yes, yes indeed. Oh, that was very bad, Alan Rickman there. It was because my voice cracked up a little bit. Alan Rickman does not crack up his voice. He only does amazing stuff. Mundo going in with a gank, needs to be careful there, someone is dying, it's probably just Cassiopeia. Tidal Wave, of course, dodged with the Arcane Shift. They're going to chase down the Ezreal, he still has his flash, so if needed be, he can just walk over the wall. Instead, he's going to turn around, ignite the Mundo and try to burst him down quickly enough. Unstoppable Force, followed up by the Crescendo, will make sure that Graves will die. Nope, Exhaust going down onto Malphite. He hasn't cast his abilities yet. Sword move, going to flash in, and then Seismic Shot for the kill. Graves flashing away from a Seismic Shot. Isn't that silly? It will follow you true and true. Turret tanked by Malphite. He did got Aqua Prism, so that put him in a dangerous position. Ignite not really necessary there, because there you have Nidalee. Is she going to have her ultimate? She does have her ultimate, doing a decent amount of damage on Nidalee. Needs to dodge the spear there. Will it be enough? Sona healing her! Oh, supports in this game are doing awesome. A very good heal indeed, not getting hit by the spear as well, fairly important indeed. Nidalee getting exhausted by the support, Malphite going in, Jax going in, Jax splashing over the wall, Riven trying to prevent them from getting close, ignite on Nidalee, she will heal, will she survive? She will survive! Oh, and Jax will survive as well, dodging the ultimate of Riven by leap striking to a ward he placed down just a few milliseconds ago. So great play by both teams overall. The champion kill differentiation has changed a little bit, so red team has one champion kill more than previously that we watched in comparison. So there was a 4 champion kill differentiation, now it's only 3, meaning there's a... oh, they need to be careful there. Both Jax and Malphite could actually die to a Nidalee spear. Riven going in with the key burst flash, Ezreal dodging the spear there, going in again with the ultimate and gets the kill onto both Mundo and the Riven. To be honest, Jax with the double kill, he gets bursted down immediately by Graves though, but Nidalee needs to be very careful. Arcane shift by Ezreal. Now Ezreal needs to be careful, I was going to say, but it didn't matter. He was already dead. Cassiopeia now going in. She does not have her ultimate. Graves gets the kill onto Sona. Another Nidalee spears hit. Oh, nice dodge there by Sona. She will place down Miasma and then try to do some damage. Flashes away from the spear, away from the Aqua Prison. So great play by blue team, getting some decent kills on red team, though I must say Ezreal and whoever was his lucky help, oh yes, Jax and Ezreal did great getting a double kill considering the situation, so do not underestimate the bursting potential of an Ezreal with its trueshot barrage, for it hurts and it does damage. Now we have Malphite getting hit by a spear, lowering his health to about 1/5 of his HP, though you must keep in mind he had granite shield on, so it was actually a little bit more, probably 1/4 of his HP, but then again, as long as he has a granite shield, why should he care? Exactly. Things are going down on the middle for apparently someone is pushing, and it is the pussycat herself, Nidalee, and Riven, the bunny. But they were immediately pushed away by Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia is pretty much like an Anivia to deal with if you push against her. She can clear waves instantly with her Miasma and her Noxious Blast, and if needed be she can cast Twin Fang as well, but mostly the wave will just drop instantly with just a Miasma and a Noxious Blast. Though we shall see. Graves has a red buff, which is fairly important as well. Now Riven again going in onto the Cassiopeia, and it is working. Unstoppable force, well, was unstoppable indeed, but it didn't matter that much. It was already too late. Cassiopeia died instantly, turning into stone. She's a stone cold killer, but if you're made out of stone, there's not much you can do. As I burped a little, so I'm sorry for that. Jax is going to check out whether or not there are wraiths or something like that. I can tell you for a fact, Jax, there aren't. Oh, indeed. A pity. Ezreal and Graves, how good are they still together? Because they were quite equal in the beginning of the game, but now you have a 6-to-1 Graves with a red buff. So that's fairly strong, considering Graves is very good at being a very evil bastard, doing a lot of damage to your allies and enemies. Though probably your enemies, if you're his ally. At the very least. Oh, actually, now that I noticed, Cassiopeia has an item that I pretty much enjoy. Oh no, I was gonna check out the minion kill differentiation here. So Ezreal with a 5 minion kill lead, so it's a very close lane. Of course, he is behind champion kills, but what I was going to talk about now, because I noticed Cassiopeia but a Rylai's Crystal Scepter, which I find the best item to be on a Cassiopeia. Never mind, Ezreal arcane shifting towards the wall, going to use his true shot barrage, and surfs on. Nami is going for the kill. There's no escaping the death of a fish following you around in open tides. There's just no escape. So great kill. Now it's support versus support. Nami gets pinged down that she needs to get away, but now she notices that the entire... Mouse, you keep yourself steady there, Mouse. I don't know what your problem was. No, guess what? It's Malphite going in from behind, trying to chase down a Nidalee. Nidalee flashing away. She is quite fast, using the brush to try to get more movement speed, but that's the counter-strike. There is no escape for Nidalee here. She will try to jump away, yeah, the Ignite will get the kill. And if not, then Jax is still there to hit you in the back. Now Nami has been inquired to get away immediately, and I can't say I blame her. They wanted to go for Dragon, but instead they found themselves a little Riven trying to destroy the middle tower, so they decided we will not do Dragon, we do not want our middle tower to be destroyed. And that's a cleaver to the face of Cassiopeia. And probably a cleaver dodged by Jax. Probably. Whew, so will red team actually be able to take this dragon? I hope they will. It will mean that they get a little bit closer to the gold of blue team, even though it's only a 2000 gold differentiation. Ezreal trying to zone away the Graves, succeeding, so Mundo trying to steal did not succeed. Ezreal keeps on putting pressure onto Graves and hitting each and every mystic shot in the world. Arcane Shift, auto attack, gets the kill. Where did he have vision though? Huh. Well, maybe Arcane Shift gave him a little bit of vision. I don't know. I don't know, Davey. Water Prison misses there, and that's going to be Sona showing her face. Sona, you are one of the squishiest support players in the game. Don't think that you're Rambo and just go head first if you do not have your ultimate. She places down a pink ward, destroying blue team's pink ward, and Riven wants blood. Though he is made out of stone, and actually it's going to be Jax getting chased down as well by blue team, but he is of course able to leap strike towards his minions, so no problem there. Red team is still not in position though. Cassiopeia really wants blue. She doesn't have any mana nor health, so she won't be able to help her team anyway. So this means a free turret. The middle tower destroyed by blue team is going to be a big spear, but will Riven be able to catch a Sona? She will not. Sona fairly quickly, a nice dodge there by Ezreal to dodge the spear of the Nidalee, but it's not over yet. You have Riven going in from above. She's going to walk around, not going to use Valor over this wall. Okay, I don't mind, because you have the rest of your team helping you out. Nidalee actually going from way above, did not find the Ezreal, so Nami thought he's going over here. But instead, he disappeared. Like a true magician. Now Nidalee can do a lot of poke from that position. Will she land the spear? I'm waiting. Well, no. waiting, no. Good ward, by the way, by Sona, because Nidalee stand to just stand here and chuck spears all day long to your team that's trying to defend this tower. Now it will make it so that the spears are at least a little bit easier to dodge. Meanwhile, Nami and Riven destroyed the bottom outer turret. So this means 3 turrets destroyed for blue team, 1 turret destroyed for red team. They are behind about 2000 gold, which means actually 2 towers. So if red team is able to destroy the 2 towers, unwanted Lord of the Rings reference, they will be at the same score. Ooh, the same score as blue team. That's a big spear on Ezreal's head there. Though red team still wants to siege this middle tower apparently. Well, if they are able to destroy some towers, they might actually pull to the same league as blue team. Though, as I said before, it's only 2000 gold. It's not the end of the game as of yet, not at the very least. Ezreal doing quite the amounts of... Whoa! I accidentally pressed the button there I did not want to press. I didn't even know it was possible in spectator mode. Oh yeah, actually it was. And now I need to find the reset button. Though I think I resetted it quite perfectly. No, I'm not too certain. Is it K? It's probably K. So, if the camera is weird, I'm sorry. I might be able to change it. I will press random buttons, but for now it's just a silly old siege by both players, pushing down all the lanes. Nidalee going to try and get some damage done onto Ezreal, will actually succeed, but there is still a Sona there. Collateral damage, not able to get the kill there, as I press some random buttons, and you did not notice a thing. So as you can see, Nidalee right over there, tidal wave hitting there, but oh my, that was actually quite a smart move, but Nidalee did not have the vision required to get the kill onto Cassiopeia. She did have the vision to hit the Jax there, so if this continues, I think this tower will get destroyed. But of course, we still have the unstoppable force of Malphite that can be used. They are actually clunked up quite nicely together, so it's only a matter of time, I think, that he wants to go in, though the entire team needs to be there, though. But look at them, they're all together. It's an unstoppable force, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the ultimate of Cassiopeia just burning through everyone. Now it's going to be the ultimate of Sona. Cassiopeia will die, but the damage has been done. Mundo only escaping with a slither of health. I'm going to say slither a lot, aren't I? I love that word. So yeah, that's what you get. So I actually haven't talked about the team comp, and now that I see what red team's team comp can do, I'm actually quite amazed, and it is quite hefty to deal with if you're blue team. So Baron will be taken by red team. There is nothing that blue team can do about this, so enjoy watching Dragon getting destroyed. I want to talk about the team comp of red team. So as you can see, Unstoppable Force is a very hefty ultimate to deal with, which is a reason why Malphite was banned in Season 2 quite a lot. It was so hard to deal with. It's just a good ultimate. It can initiate from everywhere. You cannot sometimes expect it. It's very hard to dodge from. And then if that ultimate gets followed up by a Sona ultimate, that means your entire team, or whoever he's able to hit, their movement is impaired for like more than 3 seconds, if not 4. Follow that up by Cassiopeia's ult, which can do the same as Sona's ult if they're all looking towards you, which will most likely not be the case, but then again it does amazing damage and it will slow you, if not stun you. Then follow that up with the trueshot barrage of Ezreal, and that's a lot of damage, and even Jax's counter-strike in a way can stun up multiple enemies if they're all standing right next to him, which if Malphite is able to use Unstoppable Force nicely enough, which he did, he was able to land it on both Nidalee and Mundo. Mundo of course got away, but then Cassiopeia's ult was able to catch up everyone else. It has a very wide range, and not a far one, but a wide one. Her entire vision, which of a human is about 170 degrees, I'm not certain, but it's probably something like that. Then yeah, you're dead, you're pretty dead, so it's up to blue team to try and dodge away from those fights. They do have Nami, she is a little bit like Janna. Her tidal wave works a little bit like Monsoon, it knocks the enemies away, it gives your team movement speed. Of course, all of Nami's abilities give movement speed to her allies. So it is a good disengage mechanism. Nidalee can of course jump away as a cat, though she didn't succeed because she was still a human, and Unstoppable Force is quite a fast ability. So another dragon will be taken by red team apparently, and this will mean that they will pull ahead. Tidal wave being used there, and then it's Unstoppable Force on Mundo. Mundo trying to get away, but that won't work. The rest of blue team isn't there. Of course the rest of red team isn't there because they were stopped by the tidal wave, but does it matter? Not really. Only one ultimate has been used of their Wombo ultimate comp. Riven now going in from behind, Crescendo being used on Grace, so Grace will probably die to the Jax, but look at Riven doing a lot of damage on both Ezreal and Cassiopeia. Ezreal was able to flash over the wall, and that actually turned it quite well around for red team. So it's a 3-for-1. Cassiopeia got cut out by the Riven. There was no escape. Jax once more will probably need to run away. Dodges will get ignited. Ezreal going in. Now he needs to run away. The spear gets blocked by Malphite. An amazing block. Now seismic shards get used. Malphite still there in order to block the possible spear on Ezreal. But Ezreal thinks, I'm just going to auto attack and my lifesteal will do the rest. And right he was. Of course, the Aria of Perseverance of Sona will heal him as well. Oh, someone's dying. Someone probably got speared. It was Ezreal, the brave. He is going to try and dodge another spear. Will actually do a lot of damage on Nidalee. Nidalee needs to turn around and use heal on her. Use Primal Surge, indeed. Doing a lot of heals, as always. Ability power Nidalees have very potent heals. It's not as potent as Season 1. Those were the days. What was the ability power ratio on that spell? Was it 1.4? It was amazing. And she could heal one up from 0 to hero. Cassiopeia again with blue. She almost has her Rabadon's death cap, which will be such a big damage factor, it won't even be funny. If she's able to land her petrifying gaze when she has her Rabadon's death cap, that will probably be about a third of your health, if not more than half of it, if you're a squishy target. And you don't want that as a squishy target. Mundo throwing some infected cleavers on Sona, which is a pity because she's kinda hot and I don't want her to be infected. So 18 for 18, Ezreal of course with the static shift. It's such an annoying item on an Ezreal because every time he hits his mystic shot he will do pretty much a lightning bolt through the entirety of your team or your minions, depends on who's standing next to it. So yeah, it is quite annoying. He also has his Lost Whisper, which means that he can do a lot of damage. He has high armor penetration and he likes it. Probably, look at him. He's happy. Of course he has the Bloodthirster because, you know, why wouldn't he? It gives you very good early game sustain by rushing a Vampiric Scepter Riven, ignoring the Jax there, but doesn't matter. They know where Jax is, so they might actually engage, though Jax is not that huge of a factor in the team fight. As I said before, Unstoppable Force, Petrifying Gaze, Crescendo, and then the trueshot barrage. That's the big wombo combo. Jax, of course, is a huge factor in team fights. He is a very good anti-carry, because he can destroy your Grace easily, because he can dodge it all with Counter-Strike. And that's going to be Malphite actually in a very good position. I'm surprised he didn't went for it. Of course, the rest of his team is too far away and gets bursted down by spears. Now it's going to be Malphite, dodged by Grace's flash dead. So a flash of Grace's burn trueshot barrage will hit, and Jax is going in onto the Grace. So whoever said Jax wasn't as viable in this team comp, well, guess I'm wrong. The petrifying gaze is still off cooldown, will hit the Grace once more, followed up by an amazing crescendo, and now Jax again in the fray. And this will be a meltdown of high I can't say it because Riven is going in. Jax going in onto the Riven. Will Ezreal survive? He needs to auto-attack. He needs to auto-attack. Won't work. The spear would have hit him anyway, though it was apparently blocked by a minion. Now it's going to be red team that needs to run away because Nidalee's spears can Why didn't she go for the Sona? I mean, Malphite has a high magic resistance there. Nidalee, he has a lot of health and mercury threat. So Nidalee now chasing down onto a Shadow's Reverie Sona. So there's no way you can catch that one. So overall, even though red team won that team fight, they were all fairly low, so they weren't able to take any objectives. Blue team actually was. Nidalee was still high enough health, and of course, because she's a Nidalee and she has high enough health, she can't just walk away. Actually, Graves just stealing red there and walks away. Jax actually, I thought he was going for red, but apparently he's going for Nidalee. Apparently he's going for blue. I'm sorry there. He's going for blue. Will he succeed? I don't know. Nidalee is still there. She is fairly low, and of course it is a Jax. You do not want to face a Jax on Nidalee. He has his Trinity Force. He has a Warmox. He has... Well, he's now being focused by Graves, Nidalee, and Nami, followed up by Mundo. So good luck there. Do you have a War Jax? He does not. He will die. He will jump. He will die. The collateral damage will clean it up. He almost survived, actually, to be honest, but he was ignited, which means that the area of Perseverance didn't heal as much as it would have. Ward placed down by Mundo actually had a fairly invisible position there. That tree is not a tree, it is a ward. Cassiopeia will try to bring down the pain, actually helping them a little bit with the miasma, but Mundo is taking so much damage because of it. We still have the Cassiopeia with her ult, and I think, yes indeed, we also have Malphite's ult, so they will follow it up quite nicely. trueshot barrage hitting the Graves as well, so he is non-factor in this game, or is he? Graves is going wild, will get the kill, will die to Malphite, Mundo will die as well, so Malphite with the double kill. No, it's actually the poison damage of Cassiopeia that did most of the damage. So Riven, also fairly low, did manage to kill the Jax apparently, but Malphite wants blood, he wants fish blood. It is cold blood, but he will get prisoned. And now we have Riven going in onto Malphite, though Malphite just being a beast, tanking it all. He doesn't care, almost kills the Nami because of it. Needs to be careful there, Riven. Malphite has the minion advantage as well. You have Ezreal and Sona trying to destroy towers and actually succeeding. Actually, Jax died pretty early on in that fight. Oh yeah, of course. Sorry for that. Of course Jax died early on in the fight. It was when he jumped towards the Cassiopeia and died to the collateral damage of Graves. Ezreal needs to run away, or does he? He does have a lot of damage. He is the AD carry and will almost get hit by a spear, but he had steel nerves and he didn't move. It's like when a huge spider is crawling on your face. You just don't move. You just cry. Afterwards. Unless you're not afraid of spiders, in which case I say I commemorate you. Though I am afraid of tarantulas, because they are poisonous and huge. So another dragon taken by red team. They have good dragon control. They actually have good Baron control as well. They prevented the blue team from taking Baron. You need to be careful there, Riven. Ezreal will take you down, and they were doing dragon, so they were all there. Of course, she doesn't know. Jax did know, so boom, you're dead. Insta-gift. And now it's going to be Sona using Shadow's Reverie. Will get Aqua prisoned, but of course the rest of his team still have Shadow's Reverie as well. She needs to back off. Nidalee made sure of that she needed to back off. And Nidalee tried to make them back off once more, but because the entirety of blue team is at the bottom, pings are going down to go for Baron. Red team, actually, Mundo doing not as much damage on the Malphite as I would have thought, and Malphite actually doing a lot of damage on the Mundo. Who would have thunk? Look at those pink wards of blue team though. The entire Baron pit is warded by blue team, so there's no way for red team to easily take Baron at that. Of course, they are actually ahead by 4,000 gold by now, so well, I was going to say it's the first time in the game, but it has happened a while ago. but because they're strong team fight composition, probably they are able to pull ahead. It is a very good team composition. Blue team needs to try and dodge away from those ultimates. It is hard, but they need to try. They do have very good champions that can move away pretty much every one of them. They have Graves, he can use quick draw to do a quick dash. Ezreal doesn't need to be that scared. He actually arcane shifts away. He has a guardian angel, that's what I'm trying to refer at. So he can survive quite long, and of course if he dies on top of Nidalee and Graves, once he resurrects he will die immediately, so there's no point in that, but he doesn't need to be that scared. You're Ezreal, you're the blunt, powerful boy from Nottingham. I think. I don't think so. And pink wards were gone for Sona. No, actually blue team placed down new pink wards. Of course Sona destroying one. Jax going into the Baron thinking, hey, we destroyed a pink ward. They have no vision, we can go for it. Of course they can do it rather quick. They have Jax, they Cassiopeia, also one of the biggest, highest DPS factors in the game. Tidal Wave again being used. That's pretty much one of your... Oh my god, that's a very good ult. Everyone flashing away by blue team. Of course we still have Crescendo, we still have petrifying gaze. Crescendo being used. Follow... God, that's a lot of damage by that petrifying gaze. Someone has a Rabadon's death cap, doesn't she? Well, not only that, she also has her Lyandra Storm, and so that is a lot of damage. A lot of damage indeed. So that was a cleanup by red team. Even though the unstoppable force barely hit anyone, it did force the entirety of blue team to flash away. Well, it hit many people, but it wasn't followed up by anyone of red team, is what I'm saying. But after that, they did caught one guy, and the minute the other players of blue team wanted to help him, there was a crescendo on their faces, followed up by petrifying gaze, followed up by death. So this is a GG for red team. They played it awesomely. Of course blue team played well as well. It was a very close game, but in the end the power of team won. So guys, play as a team and win. And I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next time. Whatever it is I'll do and whenever it is I'll do it. Bye.